Hello everyone, welcome back to this beautiful sunny day in Crown Falls. Welcome back to, our Riverlands, as I usually like to call them, because in the Riverlands, the focus of this episode will lie. However, before we do that, let's upgrade those people here. We do have the old town planned originally in this area. I'm not doing this anymore because I think I have a better solution for the old town problem, as I like to call it. And let's continue here with some paving of the roads, because this is what you usually do first. When you start a civilization, you pave the roads, and that is just even more important for Crown Falls, as it is, of course, reaching a quite prestigious level at this point. And prestigious cities, yeah, well, they should have paved roads. Oh my goodness, I'm talking way too much nonsense today. So let's rather go back to the building process. There it is. Market fertility market demand has been reached once again with 100, and we should see the upgrade button there immediately shortly after. Very good. The school would be the next demand. School, however, we do have plenty in Crown Falls. I can just copy one, or even easier, I could just take this one that we have up there, surrounded by all the engineers and investors, and move it down to this area. I think that is the easiest solution to this problem that we had. Let's continue then here with some paving. There's, by the way, no real entrance here. I think there is the texture for it to also have a paved road there, and that's just working out. And with that, we could already upgrade all of them here then to artisans as well, which of course we're going to do. Now, the train is also coming. The oil is coming in from Martinez, right? So we should see some more oil now popping into Crown Falls then at some point. By the way, the oil here, the first trade route, is still on its way, and once it arrives there, I'm going to send Argo also over then to Martinez to get the oil in at a more steady pace. We are getting really full there on oil in Martinez. So once the oil tanker gets here, we send the second one, because it would be weight not enough to just have one ship on it. Now, while that is happening, we continue with that area. First of all, we do have our track system. We do want to have a nice electricity power plant. Probably, let's think about the beach area too. Probably somewhere here, right? I think this should be
left ruins behind.
This should be the safest bet. Let's actually have it here.
So brave.
There you go.
And so
by having paved roads then around, we should be able to get this whole area here electrified, plus also this area there. There you go, right? So we can really electrify the whole bunch of them. So all the beach areas can be electrified with that. And also, when we continue upwards, all the way, really. So the whole area can be electrified with this power plant. Let's have the tracks. By the way, we don't need to have them so far then out here. I'd rather just use them from the power station directly. Like this. Make it clean, make it simple. And with that, power station number 6 has been connected. Alright, she's doing it again. Sinking my ships by the looks of it. What? How was she able to sink a dreadnought? I totally missed this. With what? That seems impossible. These ships barely took damage. Were there so many more ships then? Alright, let's send 2 dreadnoughts over. I lost a dreadnought. And there's probably the items here to boost it. This is severe, to be honest. Alright, we will need to build another dreadnought again. I can't be short on them. What? We do like the influence for it now, of course. With that, do we have too many ships of something that I don't need? Yeah, probably all my royal warships, really. We have a lot of them. Catastrophe defense. Can we upgrade engineers? Probably not. We're pretty tightly stretched there on some things right now, especially the coffee. No, I cannot do this right now. Let's just get rid of one of my royal warships there, because it's really just a tiny bit of influence that's missing. And let's build it again. That's more important. Alright, very strange. I think there was a bug involved or something, because can't be that a dreadnought goes down so quickly. I barely received a message on it. There we have the roads that goes then into the industrial zone that we have. And of course, what an industrial zone also needs is some walls, right? So let's go ahead. and just wall this in. Unfortunately, there's no way to properly wall it along a cliff like this one here. Goes then all the way up here. There's then a train bridge going through, right? And then we continue upwards. And then down this way. We might actually do something out of this arrow shape island up there. This is, of course, a wall that protects the industrial area from any kind of intruders. Because there's going to be lots of industry. And a wall just makes sense to me. I mean, we don't really need to have it over there. I'm still going ahead with it. All the way down here to the harbor area then, right? So we're walling this one in. And I might also consider those gates. So here at the entrance especially. All the way down to the beach area then as well. So there you got the entrance then to this one. And then we have these cool looking, I think at least, footbridges going over the tracks. Now the first thing that I'm going to move over like this is my soap industry. So I would probably like to have it then, yeah, somewhere in this corner we can have it. It has a trade union, so let's actually move it a bit further up there. Perfect, because the trade union can actually now take into these guys here as well, right? So we can have even more soap factories here. That's very good for export them. So this whole area is for the soap. Very close now. Also has the police station and the fire station all with it already. And the other one that I wanted to have is my beer industry that is being electrically boosted right now. So in that case, we should keep that the same, of course. So electricity will then flow here as well. And that's this side then of the whole area there. So we got the malt houses. And I'm just moving the whole industry over there now. So unfortunately, there's some tracks here. So I will not be able to move everything if I don't want to take the tracks with me, which I don't. And we just take over then the whole beer industry. There you go. The soap is already working. The beer is almost coming along. So we also have a trade union, of course, to further boost the breweries and the malt houses then with whatever we need. Perhaps there's even an item that replaces the malt now that I think about it. That might be possible. And then we have another one over there. I'm just going to copy most of it by now. These guys here, of course, electricity is flowing just nicely. Then we have the brick production that I'm going to keep, of course. Also upgrade our warehouses here. Demand is going to go quite up now. And then we got some more breweries on the way. Or this lower district than here as well. Let's make it like so that we have this road connection there. Going down, this one will need to see some upgrades there as well. Looking good, coming together. I actually kept some room here around the trade union once more for some ornaments then later. And I think that's it though, right? These guys here, let's just delete them. So this is all working. Is electricity flowing already? There's one oil coming in now. Very good. That is going to last us for, I think, 5 seconds. Yeah, and it's off again. All right. No problem. That was a jump start, really. A smaller one. A test start that we have. Now we got the breweries. We got the malt houses. Let's just make sure that the ratio is still the same, right? So we have 11 malt houses right now. This would actually lead me to 22 breweries that we could have in the area, right? So I can still have a bunch more. Let's have 2 more down here. And then we can have 2 more in this area. Yep, and also up here. Too close to these malt houses, we could have it. Let's leave a bit of a space between them so they can deliver it directly then. And there's the warehouse then as well. By the way, that warehouse, let's move it. Because it's not really needed. Too close to the other soap factories there. Right, Martinez again. She is going up there, I think. So she's ramping up her forces. Is that right? Or am I seeing ghosts? Miss Hunt. We should be careful about that in the future. Alright, but at least the industry zone is looking good now. At least I think so. And with that, let's have the power station surrounded by roads to maximize its reach. Let's make this one a bit more clean looking, right? So these roads there. And I can also go ahead with a few more soap factories. There you go. And then the beer production. Beer production probably has tanked now a bit because there's no electricity attached to it yet. And of course the trade union number 2 here for 20 influence will have to wait on that just a little bit longer. But oil of course is the primary thing. I'm sure that I can now use my next oil tanker on this trade route here, as this one has the 400 tons of oil now in stock and is coming back to Crown Falls. So this one is working now as well, just fine. Let's put this one to the New World trade route there as well. And the airmail, let's get this one to Trelawney. Some of them overlap, of course, so it's not always that easy. We could make our own category with international trade, for example. I think that makes sense. Let's actually do this. Let's create a category that is for international trades. So stuff that goes back and forth. This one here, for example, in a new group, right? And this one is called global, right? So these are trade routes that are going back and forth between different parts of the world. The RAM would be in one of them there too. And we might further specify this later by going perhaps global, or we just call them the names: New World, Trelawney, and Besa. I think this makes sense too. Yeah, we might think about something like that. There's the beer. I just want to make sure that we get enough beer over. Let's change this one to get even more beer to Manola, because demand over there is quite high. The only thing is Lalibela will need to be changed, or will need to be emptied in one slot. It's of course on the world map right now. Alright, but at least the industry zone starts to work now. We do have plenty of space for some more industry if we want to, right? There's more oil now finally coming in, thank you. And with that, we'll have some permanent boost as well. Also, the soap factories are being boosted, by the way, now, right? So they were not electrically boosted before. Now that's the case, so I can use more soap than for my docklands. Of course, this leaves me with, once again, a lot of space for city development. I'm not going to make an industry zone so close to the city anymore, so we can just get rid of the warehouse here. The fire station I'm probably going to keep a bit closer to the wall. Very good. This one can go away. This one, let's move it over, and this one we can delete, really. And since also, once again, this is city area, I will then just use my
buildings abandoned.
My walls, by the way. Oops.
With you as nurse, I knew they'd get well soon.
Right, walling this in up to this street there for now. And this makes it possible to have some more city space here once more that we can use. I'm not using any double tracks coming in, right? This is just normal cities. The cool thing is we already have a marketplace and a pub nearby, so I don't really need to provide anything else other than, yeah, more buildings. By the way, that police station, I think that fits in better in this area. Should also quickly check out the ruins in Crown Falls. And yeah, well then, we can just copy it over. Let's have this one like that, and then I will take my layout here. The cool thing is if you copy this one with the engineers and investors, it's turning them into farmers right away. Let's give a bit of a distance there to the walls then. With some of the buildings. And here, of course... Or, wait a second, no, let's have a little garden in here. There's no need to plaster everything full with buildings all the time. That one and that one.
Your ship has returned.
Also took some time, but there it is, the oil tanker from Martinez, fully staffed, fully loaded with oil. As Crown Falls is coming up, the skyline, we can see the town hall center In the back there, we can see the churches, we can see the banks. Nothing else at the moment. But of course, that's changing as well at some point. But that's just that. Lots of oil coming in. It is needed because we are already running into some shortages there, right? The first factories are without power because we don't have enough oil to get all the power plants now fitted, but it's working now again. Now, I've seen one problem though, and that is shocking. We are out of sewing machines. I don't think that I've expected this at all. Why is that the case? Sewing machines is at 17, so we're still producing enough. There might be some ruins here that could hurt us as well. But the primary thing I think is that because we are exporting too much. Actually, we had 3 sewing machine ruins. We have though fire station close by and a police station, so there must have been some explosions. 4 ruins! I should have checked this earlier. In that case, that's that. By the way,
I feel stressed.
let's move the bicycle factory away there a bit, because I would like to use... Can we get this one? Nah, this is not getting a trade union in though. But if I move that one... Yes. I would like to use this one as well here for more bicycle production. Very good. And that one here. And there's the oil, of course. Or the power going through. This still sticks the same. And how much is it now? Now we are back to the original 33. It will be even more than that, right? So it's actually 700 surplus per trade cycle. I just need to check this out again if we're not overdoing this here, actually. I think we are, right? I think we're exporting too much here. I think the pocket watches can go away. We might be running out of them. And the grain. But I can also use the soap. So for example, here for the work clothes, let's use the soap on that. Right? Because soap is something we produce en masse now, especially with the upgrade. We're producing 70 soap per minute in surplus, right? So 1,400 per trade cycle that we can export. We are exporting, of course, a lot of soap. And with that, it should be a bit more equal. Yeah. Let's have it like this for now. That's, of course, the juice that we needed. There's the 500 tons of oil coming in now from Martinez. In the storage, right? And the other oil tanker from Martinez should then be on its way as well shortly. We're still capped there on oil, so I might actually put a 3rd oil tanker to this trade route. I think this will be the safest bet. Dreadnought is still on its way, and then there's another oil tanker that we're going to put on this trade route then as well. Quickly checking my supplies, rum and coffee are also constantly out. This is something we cannot really allow to happen. And for that case here, we need 56 rum and we need 55 tons of coffee. Now in Martinez alone, we already are at 82 for the rum and at 40 for the coffee. And then of course we have Sohom as well. So coffee, we definitely have enough. I think we just lack trade routes to get it all over. We have 4 ships on this one. They're all full. This one is not entirely full. No idea why this is the case. But I'm going to add another one. Oh yeah, well, cargo ships. Oh my, we will need more influence soon. Can we build more cargo ships? We have 0 influence. This is also tight at the moment. Despite such a big city, we're running out of influence once more. I might get rid of 2 more of my warships. It is fine. We're just going to use it for dreadnoughts then in the future as well. But we need cargo ships for now. Let's go ahead. 2 cargo ships here and 2 cargo ships here. I don't want to use my white flag cargo ships. And then let's check it out in Martinez. What's the problem? I think it's just capped, honestly. Yeah, it's capped. 650 coffee out of the maximum storage. I was already bumping up the storage here a bit, but it's not enough. And of course, we just need more trade ships on this one. By the way, she's not selling. I would have loved to purchase a cargo ship. But yeah, working on that. As soon as the cargo ships are out, we're updating the trade routes. We need to have a constant supply of coffee, and it is just absolutely important. Electricity should have been solved now, and with that, we want more investors, of course, because without investors, we're running out of influence. Now, another thing is this area here that I've been waiting and holding off for a while now. By the way, there's 3 warehouses. We don't need any of them. We need 1 that I'm going to have in this area, and that's it. And then we have a police station and fire station for now. And let's just have it like this, and that one like
Ship
this.
constructed.
Oh, and there's my next dreadnought already. That was quick. Castaway 2. Castaway 2 will be joining my other dreadnought somewhere down here for further target practices. And let's start moving the church over there. The floating church, or the moving church of Crown Falls. Because here, it might be too big for it anyway, but we can still start with it. I would like to start with my World Fair Foundation now. Oh yeah, it's looking good. We don't have a World Fair yet, and of course we want to exhibit things as well regularly. So let's go ahead. We can place it here center. Let's have it a bit further inbound. Like this.
I have one last vision. A World's Fair sitting atop.
Oh,
the
she's
magnificent
talking with us again.
metropolis.
There is still one more quest popping up with that now. Your city at Crown Falls is almost unparalleled. The one thing that could elevate it even further would be to hold the greatest World's Fair ever seen. And with that we also get 2 legendary items for the trade union. Affects the clockmakers and jewelers. And also affects all residences with 10 happiness. And it provides coffee. Are you serious? Fernando de Faro. I like this one. Coffee, free coffee for any people living close to the town hall. This is going to be nice.
Not too many changes, I hope.
Let's pave the roads here. Of course, the trade unions, the World Fair here needs the connection with my warehouse up there. And then we could start now with the first phases. Timber and cement we have. Some farmer workforce we might have. Phase 2 out of 5. So it's going to take us a while. And it's a good thing that we started with that now. The foundation has been laid out. Now we start with the structure itself for a new monument for Crown Falls. Newspaper guy. There you go. This is looking good once more. So lots of happiness here for my people.
Why so mean?
And then this comes along now too. Perfect. Phew! Next on the agenda is Land of Lions. We continue with the expedition. And the Kulisma Canal, the explosion scattered debris across the canal. There is an irresistible mystery here. Request ship records from the canal authorities what happened. And the officers manning the canal gates are evidently too busy to recall anything unusual. Alright, we continue with the journey. And go to the Holy City or the Savannah. Let's go into the Savannah. Or probably the last step before we reach Nbeza. I'm also very pleased to report that we have plenty of overseas mails. I have no idea why we have regional mail in that. Probably because at once I stopped the airship, right? And resumed the trade route, and it probably assumed that the trade ship was local. And thus we have the regional mail. Very strange bug there. Or yeah, it's just how it is. Overseas mail, of course, is the important thing. And it's stable, right? So we have plenty of overseas mail for my investors, leading to a stable population of 110,000 right now and 180,000 on the income. That is just a very good foundation for the skyscrapers then, as they will consume a lot of money, of course.
New orders.
Yeah, I'm still not done yet. We continue with the next upgrades of artisans. There you go. So this whole district is also coming along.
Ship
More
under
artisans
attack.
that we can then also upgrade further to, yeah, well, to engineers. I don't think so. I think it would not make sense to have engineers there. However, we can upgrade some engineers to investors. Those guys here, for example. That's influence. Over here. I'm up for that. I guess the coffee problem is solved for now. More investors here. Yep, let's just bump this one up. And by the way, these guys here, that's workers, farmers right now. Let's keep them because we do need the farmers at the moment for the World Fair. Right, so we can upgrade them once this is over, but for now we just need it. Just some ships passing by. Nothing to worry about. So far so good. I think we are on the right track. The monument is coming up. We also have this whole area now, by the way, as more space for more districts that we want. And we continue onwards in our megacity. Stay tuned.